What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday, February dose. Hope you're having a wonderful day today so far. Some reminders for you. As always, we are pros, positive, respectful, take ownership for our learning, for our environment, and for our actions. Students, we are in that phase of the school year. We are now in February. We have been doing school for 6 months. You know what the expectations here at Middle School North. So you either follow the expectations or you won't be here. That's just kind of where we're at. We've hit this point in the school year. We've had meetings with students after winter break. Everybody should know what our expectations are. If you choose not to follow the expectations, please be aware that there are consequences for that. And not only are there consequences, there are increasingly severe consequences for it. We told you in your grade level meetings that the two priorities that we always have, number one, are safety, and number two are student learning. So if you are interrupting either of those things, if you are making our building unsafe or less safe or perceived to be less safe, or if you are interrupting the learning for yourself or for other people, then this is not the place for you. Okay? And I'm happy to make those accommodations where this is not the place for you. We have high expectations for our students academically, behaviorally, and in their social interactions with peers. And if you choose to make our building a negative place to be, you won't be here. I'm just going to be honest with you. Positivity, respectfulness, and ownership. Those are our core values here. And if you choose not to follow them, if you choose not to listen to your teachers, if you choose to have negative interactions with other people, then this just might not be the place for you. And I'm okay with that because that's your choice. Everybody makes choices in life, and that would be yours. I'm happy to make those accommodations. If you have a question about expectations, let somebody know. But 6 months in, you know what our expectations are. I want to say happy birthday to Holly and also to Nurse Wilborn. It is her birthday as well. So if you see either one of them, make sure you tell them happy birthday. Our Black History Month person for today we're going to celebrate is someone named Robert Abbott, who created a Chicago newspaper, and he helped spread information mainly to Black Americans, but also to others. One of the big things that he helped advocate for was helping to get African Americans out of especially the Deep South and to get them to major cities where they could have jobs. This is something in history called the Great Migration. Where we see a lot of former slaves or people who grew up in the rural South working on plantations, and we get them moving to big cities where they can get jobs working in industry and in factories. So Robert Abbott was also one of the first African-American millionaires in the country and had a big role in helping get jobs for African Americans. I want to remind you that we want to hear from you. I think I've received at least one, if not a couple of emails from students, and we'll incorporate them into our Black History Month celebration for the month. But if you want to send me information on someone, I'm happy to share it. If you want to come on the announcements and share it yourself, more than happy to have you do that too. We want Black History Month to not just be a top-down thing where you hear about Black history from teachers or from the principal, but also something for you to be a part of and for you to share what you know and what you're interested in. All right, 8th grade DC trip. A message is scheduled to go out to 8th grade families tonight to let you know that registration and deposit date is quickly approaching. So kind of a last call. Last I heard, I think we've got 53 kids signed up. So excited for that. It's a great trip, but the time is running out. Also, for those of you who are planning on going on the Washington, D.C. trip, I want to remind you of expectations for you to be able to go. If you're not passing your classes and if you're getting office referrals, you might be disqualified from going on the trip. So that money is not refundable. If you've already paid money or your parents have paid money and you're failing classes, we'll say that you can't go because we can't take you out of school for a few days to go on the DC trip because you're already not doing what you need to do in classes. If your behavior in the classroom is not appropriate, where we're doing office referrals for you, then I can't trust you and take you 1,000 miles away to Washington, D.C., because if I can't trust you in a classroom, I can't trust you in another city. So those couple of things, and also attendance, your grades, and your behavior. If you're slipping in one of those areas, you very well will not be allowed to go on the trip, and that money does not get refunded. And I can only imagine how unhappy your parents would be if they invested a few $100s for you to go on a trip, and you have to call them and say, hey, I can't go because I got mad and I said some things I shouldn't have said, or I haven't been doing my schoolwork and my grades are bad. So don't do that. Make sure you're following through with what you need to do to be successful. Yearbooks, a reminder, they're on sale. Fill out the superlatives in your Google Classroom. Penny Wars starts next week. Remember, pennies get you positive points. Silver money and paper money is negative points from the other team. So you want to make sure that not only are you bringing in pennies for your team, but that you're putting the negatives for the other team. Like I said, I'm pretty sure 7th grade is going to win. I have seen quite a bit of excitement from 6th grade. So maybe 6th grade is going to give them a run for their money. I've already had a couple 6th graders tell me that they're planning on bringing in some pretty serious pennies that they've got saved up. So we'll see how that goes. PBIS card is next week. We'll start with 6th grade on Tuesday. The Cruiser Dash store is open. You can do that by the website or the app if you've got that on your phone to use your PBIS rewards. You can put those orders in through Friday, and then on Monday, your items will be delivered for you. Valentine's Day Dance is Friday, February 17th. We'll start collecting money a little bit later. That's still more than 2 weeks away. But a reminder, if you have office referrals until then, starting on just this last Monday, which that's several of you, then you can't go. You got to make good choices. We want to be able to trust you in a less structured thing like a dance. But we got to be able to trust you in the classroom or in the hallway. Our joke of the day for today is one that I really like. I think this is funny. If the internet had a boat, where would they park it? On the Google Doc. If you need to see somebody, please let us know. We'd love to help you. Fill out the Google form in your Google Classroom. As always, E plus R equals O. Events will happen that are out of your control. How you respond to it is what matters. Don't just react. Press pause. Stop and think. All right? And make the best possible choice that's going to lead to the best outcome. You know that we love you here at Middle School North. This is the school for you. You have all the tools to be successful. Let us help you. But I hope you have a thoroughly terrific Thursday. And as always, it is great to be a Cruiser.